What's going on, boxing heads? It's your boy, Cool Kind of Boxing, coming back at you with another boxing video for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. Please smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. Please do that for your boy. So, Canelo is definitely on his last leg, right? Because for years and years, Canelo, nobody, the media never criticized him. He had his way with the media. Everybody always made him out to be like he's some kind of superstar, right? But in my opinion, when you pass the torch, you're supposed to beat the legend, right? Mayweather destroyed Canelo. Every round, all 12 rounds destroyed him. But yet somehow, Canelo still became some kind of superstar on the backs of legends at the end of their career. Now, I'm not just trying to bash Canelo. Or maybe I am, because I really don't like fake champions, right? And I always called them that, So, because if any time, somebody criticized Canelo for ducking Demetrius Andrade at 160, right? He had one more belt to get, but he didn't want to face that dude because he was super talented, right? He didn't run it back with Laura or Trout. Even though it was razor thin close, he never did run those fights back. He just kept it moving, right? So that's how you knew that he wasn't going to be a champion like Mayweather, even though they always compare Canelo to Mayweather, saying he did the same thing, but he didn't. We all know that. It's gaslighting because they never mention, Floyd Mayweather fighting all those killers on the way up before he fought Oscar De La Hoya. So they always, deflect when it comes to Canelo. So finally, Tim Bradley and Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn says that Canelo looked like he's at the end of his career, basically. He say he looks like he's at the end of his career. And Tim Bradley says that looked like Canelo has lost his spirit. So it's smart to fight John Ryder, fighters like John Ryder, people who can't crack an egg. Somebody who holds Canelo as a god in boxing. But what makes him a god in boxing? It's that he's marketable and that the system has given him a protection, from the Jamal Charlos and the Demetrius Andrades of the world, so he don't have to face real threats in the division. That's why he moved up from 160, ducking Demetrius Andrade to fight in an easy weight class at 168. But even with the best fighter there, who was David Benavidez, he didn't fight David, even though he dropped the belt. He didn't even seem like he wanted to fight David Benavidez until that belt, till he lost his belt a couple of times, and Canelo came in and scooped it up so he wouldn't have to face him. And nobody said nothing. The media said nothing about that. Then he went on into a European tour, bum bash, right? And nobody said nothing. They kept calling him champions. He got 2 belts to become undisputed at 168 by fighting a sparring partner. And people act like that's not real. They act like we don't see that. He got a franchise belt so he could slide up and down weight classes. He fought, a old crusher who was already about to retire. Who didn't look like himself, who was going through all kind of legal problems, about to go to prison. And so Canelo's career is really questionable. Even though they call him a superstar, I think he's a manufactured boxer, right? A cherry picker. Somebody who was protected his whole career, somebody who tested positive for banned substances, or banned substance. And, they changed the banned substance rule for Canelo. They upped it so you can have more clenbuterol in your system, right? So, everything is questionable about Canelo, right? So he fought Triple G, 3 times. It seemed like that was the only fighter that was had enough status to fight royalty, the royalty of Canelo Alvarez, right? So Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, they wasn't worthy, you know. So we could look at his whole career after everything I've said, you know what I'm saying, and look at Canelo, and you could say he was, he was a facade. Yeah, he fought a few good fighters, but he never like excelled. You know what I'm saying? In a really good fight, and the guys who had power or could put two or three combinations together, he wouldn't fight them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they can miss me with Canelo. It's the greatest. I'm glad to see that he's about out of boxing, because I'm tired of BS. And of course, if Canelo hits you one or two times in a round, that's his round. You can see they was trying to put the Falumaloom on Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd Mayweather destroyed him every round. Biffle had to show Canelo that he's just an average dude, right? So now that, he's fighting John Ryder, he's going to try to bring Biffle down to 168, and he's going to get beat up again because Biffle is just a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. It is what it is, right? So anytime a lower status media person like Tim Bradley can tell the truth about a Canelo Alvarez, you know that Canelo is almost out of boxing, because the media hands were tied. You couldn't say nothing about him, right? Eddie Hearn is saying that Canelo looked like he's about out of there. So we never heard this before, even though we all seen Canelo looking like his knees were rusty, made of copper, and looked like he couldn't hardly get around in the ring. And everybody was saying Canelo, he his gas tank is low. Anytime, he's not on that stuff. So, maybe it's a new day for boxing. To get these fake champions up out of boxing. Triple G, he's on his way out of here. Even though they're going to sing these fake praises for him for years to come, it's good to see, we're about done with the trash, the cherry picking trash, right? And maybe, we can go, maybe the rest of the year and on into the future without hearing about Canelo Alvarez. But they were saying that Canelo is worth $180 million. And of course, we know what Hackler says. If you've been sleeping on them silk sheets, right? It's hard to wake up and run a mile or two, right? And Canelo, he's been golfing. He's been, taking it easy, having these easy opponents. So he's been in that bakery eating that cake for too long. So he's not going to take a David Benavidez. He's not going to take a David Morrell. He's not going to fight a Jamal Charlo. He's not going to fight a Demetrius Andrade because he don't want to get exposed. But hopefully, we'll see a quick end to Canelo Alvarez. Hopefully John Ryder beat the hell out of him and he'll go. Then we can get boxing back to where it's supposed to be and fight on a traditional norm, right? But this has been Pool Counter Boxing. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing.
Artlist.io